Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about reincarnation. How do you escape the reincarnation matrix, or the reincarnation loops, or things like that? Well, we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the purpose of incarnation and reincarnation. Yeah, so before we get into that, you're going to want to click these links here because this sale is ending very soon. It ends at the end of the year, and you can get my courses for like a hugely discounted rate. So go ahead and check that out. Okay, and then also we have my other links up above there. You can go ahead and check those out. I offer life coaching, counseling, mentoring, all that good stuff. My courses, my Vedic Astrology readings are currently 30% off. So that's a good discount. Anyway, go check out those links and we'll talk about reincarnation. So what is reincarnation? Reincarnation is, well, basically when you're being born again, but not in the Christian sense. When you, so how it works is, we're all born with, or we all incarnate with certain desires and with certain aspirations, hopes, dreams, wishes to be fulfilled. Okay, so we're all wanting our desires to be fulfilled. So I guess how I would explain this is we are all infinite souls. We're all infinite beings, and we're all tied to one soul, but we have, well, it's complicated. So the thing is, we are all one in a sense. We are all interconnected, but we are all at the same time simultaneously individuals and individual souls with individual wants and needs and things like that. So anyway, so that's why we incarnate here. We incarnate to get our needs and our desires met. Because if we didn't have any desires, then there would be no point in coming down to this limited plane and living life here. So that's another thing too. Your soul, the nature of your soul is infinity. Your soul is infinite bliss, infinite happiness, infinite bliss, and infinite joy. All those things. So your soul is constantly living in a state of infinite bliss. Okay? And so just know that when you do die, when we all die, we all go back to that same state of infinite bliss. So there's no worries about the afterlife, or there's no worries about being like stuck here, being a ghost or whatever. No, your soul goes back to its soul. So your soul is basically like a fragment of a larger soul. Okay, so there's like oversouls. So yeah. Anyway, so your individual incarnation is a piece of a soul. It is the whole soul, but it's also like just a smaller version. So anyway, I might be getting lost in the weeds here, but so Reincarnation. So basically, your infinite blissful soul comes down to Earth to incarnate in a human body, in a human experience. So, and why is that? Because it has desires, it has wishes, it has wants, it has needs to be fulfilled. And so, that's why we're here, to go after, to pursue our own happiness. I'm gonna make a video on that too. Or perhaps this is the title of this. Don't really know yet, but anyway, pursuit of happiness. That's why we all came here. Because when we're doing things that we love to do, things that give us joy, that's what the soul came here for, to do the things that it wants to do. And so anyway, so that's pretty much the cause of incarnation and reincarnation, is unfulfilled desires. So let's say what happens when you actually have a life and you don't fulfill all your desires and you end up reincarnating. Well, that just means that your soul is trying to get its desires fulfilled. That's all it means. And that you didn't really pursue your own desires in a past life. And so that's important. We need to pursue our own desires before anything else in this life. That's incredibly important. Because if you want to not reincarnate anymore, then you need to get all your desires fulfilled. You'll stop reincarnating when you get all your total desires fulfilled. And so your soul has thousands of incarnations, and so it's almost impossible to stop reincarnating. But I mean, when you're in alignment with your soul, then you will if you're in perfect alignment with your soul, you'll stop reincarnating. So but so that makes me wonder why people want to stop reincarnating so much. They must not like it here. That just really shows that they don't like it here. And if that's the case, then you're just going to come back for more. because you have this frustration about being here, about not getting your desires met. But so if you keep continuously choosing not to get your desires met, then you're just going to come back time and time again. So it's important that we really understand the first principle of reincarnation is your soul wants to pursue what it wants to pursue. Your soul wants to pursue what makes you happy. The way that you know what your soul wants to pursue is you'll feel joy, you'll feel ecstatic, you'll feel a sense of joy, of happiness in thinking about that, in thinking about that. And that flash of joy and happiness might only last a fraction of a second. Depending on how in line you are with your soul, it might not last very long at all. Which is why you have to be keyed into or tuned into your soul. So if you want to live more in balance with your soul and your soul's desires, you can go ahead and check out my energy work courses here. Those are very powerful ways to tap into your soul. Because what is the soul? What is everything in the universe? It's all just energy. So when we do energy work, we're actually tapping into the soul. And so we're aligning ourselves with it. And so if you make that a daily practice, slowly but surely the gap between where you are and where your soul is will slowly narrow, and then you'll be in perfect alignment with your soul. Now this might take you a lifetime, but if you start today, then it's going to be, and believe me, like even just 1% shift in your alignment with your soul is going to change your life dramatically. Trust me, guys. So even the slightest shift in alignment with your soul into a more alignment with your soul will greatly change your life. Trust me. So anyway, we're talking about reincarnation, getting your desires fulfilled, and all that. So yeah, and then what else could I say? Just like, I don't know, guys. I'm trying to think. So, okay, so there's this thing in Vedic astrology, we call it Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is the north node of the moon, and Ketu is the south node of the moon. And Rahu is all about getting its desires met, its passions, it's like all kinds of desires, obsessions, all kinds of like things. So anyway, so it really wants to play into the illusion, and it is important that we know that this life is an illusion. This existence is an illusion, but it can either be a good illusion, a beautiful illusion, or a bad illusion. Just depends on how you want to see it. Okay? Just depends on how you interact with the world. Because again, everything is projection. Illusion is projection. So what you're putting out into the world you'll get reflected back. So that's why it's important, once again, to do the energy work, because that'll make you aware of what you're projecting out there. And so it's important. What else could I say? So Rahu and Ketu are the north node and the south node of the moon. Rahu is all about obsessions and passion, getting your soul desire met, getting your desires met. I shouldn't say Rahu is all about the soul desire, because that's not true. Rahu is about it wants to sink into the illusion. It's all about, the illusion, like getting, like it's all about, status, wealth, money, sex, women, cars, luxury items, all that. It wants the material things. So those are not your soul desire, though. Trust me. I mean, it's, and that's another thing that we could talk about all day is, the difference between your lower self desires and your soul desires. your lower self desires, and I have my hand on my belly. That's where your lower self is. Those are what the Christians would say your fleshly desires. Your desire for wealth, your desire for sex, your desire for relationships, luxury, I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. Anyway, that's different than what your soul wants. Your soul wants things that empower you and that empower other people. So, yeah. So Rahu is all about the illusion, about the Maya, sinking into the illusion of things. And then Ketu is all about detachment, all about spirituality, all about moksha, achieving enlightenment, things like that. And so Ketu is like all about spirituality. It knows that this reality is an illusion, and it wants to escape it through spirituality. It wants to find the truth, the highest truth, and it can be pretty warlike in this, it have really extreme views and stuff. But anyway, in terms of the soul desire, or in terms of reincarnation, Rahu is what keeps you coming back into reincarnation. And so, it's important that also, that your fleshly desires get met too. And there's no shame in that. But if you are, just make sure that they're an actual desire and not a way of escapism, escaping your problems in life through drugs or sex or whatever. That's important, that just because that's not going to give you happiness either. So Ketu actually wants. So Ketu is your past lives. So this is your past lives. This is the things that you've already mastered and that you're good at. And you bring your skills from your past lives to you, to your current life. So it's one of those things where you once you master something, you move on to the next life and you try to do something else, but you're still good at that one thing, so you bring it with you. So that's what Ketu does. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here. But anyway, before I go ahead and check out the links. So we have gabbotheshaman.gumroad.com. You can get 60% off through the end of the year for all energy work courses. My Vedic astrology readings at vincent.thunderwizard.com. You can get those for 30% off, and you can get my services at patreon.com/gabbotheshaman, and my life coaching, mentoring and counseling and all that good stuff. You can go there and get that, and I have it listed for pretty cheap. So anyway, guys, I will go ahead and talk to you guys later. Yeah, peace. Take care.